Welcome into NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. It's a mock draft, one of my favorite things to do here at Chat Sports. We got some notable guys going back to school. Jared Verse, possible top 20 pick. He's going back. Olufashinu went back. A lot of mid to late round QBs. But we have the draft order set for the first 18 picks. No trades today. That'll be a future video. Let's get in pick number 1, the Chicago Bears. If you're not trading it, which probably I think you should, Will Anderson is my pick here, and I would not be mad at all if it were Jalen Carter. I think ideally you trade down, still get one of those two guys. Anderson fills a big need for you at edge rusher. It's perfect. But if I were the Bears, I'm trading that pick, and I'm getting a haul back for it because you don't need a quarterback. You got Fields, right? So what will the Bears do with the number 1 overall pick? T for trade, K for keep. Bryce Young, number 2 to the Houston Texans, which in this mock draft, losing that number 1 pick does not hurt them. It might come actual draft time. Young is undersized. That is a very real concern and fear that I and the NFL have with Bryce Young. But outside of that, he checks all the boxes you want. Arizona is actually in a great spot. They could trade it if they want to, or just stand pat and get one of the top 2 players. Jalen Carter here at number 3 overall. Love that option for Arizona. Number 4, C.J. Stroud. I'm going to give him a lot of credit. I had many others because this was the correct take. We're like, he's an athlete, he can run, but he doesn't do it at all. Is he enough of a runner to win in the modern NFL? Can he make enough plays out of structure? And then he did all of that against Georgia. C.J. Stroud picked the biggest game of his life to have the best game of his life. He was awesome against the Bulldogs. He got them into field goal range to win it. He did it with his legs, making plays out of structure. Now, it's still fair to criticize those and go, okay, that was one game, and one game does not in and of itself make a prospect, but it does help alleviate a lot of the concerns around Stroud. I don't think he has an elite arm either, but the main concerns, that out of structure stuff, he showed it more against the best defense in college football. That's pretty valuable. So who will be, in the end, the number 1 pick in the NFL? I think those first 4 names, Anderson, Young, Carter, or Stroud, are all really good ones. Who will it be? This will be the pinned comment on today's video. Shoot your shot right now in early January. Number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Let me know right now at that pinned comment, especially if the ad plays. Head down there, get that prediction in. Number 5, Tyree Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks. They need defensive tackle help and edge help. I'll go edge here for Seattle. I like Wilson a lot. I know you're thinking Texas Tech edge in round 1. Yeah, he's actually that good. And he fits the typical size profile Seattle likes too. Number 6, Brian Brzee out of Clemson. He is still a lot more traits than production for me, and that does scare me. But I think if anyone can help maximize him, maybe the Lions and Dan Campbell. I think it's a great fit for Detroit. You put Brzee if he hits, along with Aiden Hutchinson, even James Houston. And Ali McNeil. I love that front. Paris Johnson out of Ohio State to the Raiders. He's a left tackle this year for OSU. Played very well. Still needs some polish, don't get me wrong. But you got to protect whoever your quarterback is. And I'm not putting him on the right side and fix that offensive line because, man, that needs the help there. Myles Murphy from Clemson. I think he and Brzee are going to blow up at the combine in a good way, by the way. Falcons need more pass rush help. I thought about corner here. I'll get them another edge to help out, pair with Arnold Ebiketie, hopefully. This is the edge rusher out of Clemson. So I think Murphy's a bit of a maybe a better prospect than Brzee, but positional need kind of impacts that for me. I'm sorry, Panthers fans. I know there are a couple of you who don't like Will Levis, so I'm just going to apologize in advance right now. And I get it too. I'm not in love with Will Levis, the prospect. Everyone I talk to is like, yeah, he's got the arm, the athletic ability. I don't know if the processing is there. He was not in a good position this offseason or this season with what the Panther or the Kentucky Wildcats had around him, but kind of want more of an elevation from my college quarterback. I got concerns, but everything I've heard is the NFL likes him, even though I'm just not as sold. Now, if you are a real one here at Chat Sports, you support what we do, we got some branded t-shirts for you guys. Real one t-shirts here at Chat Sports. If you like what we do, you want to help support us, Get yours today. A variety of colors to help match whatever team you're a fan of, Get yours today, chatsports.com/real1. Links in the comments section and the description of today's show. Thank you to everyone who supports us here at Chat Sports. Number 10, Keely Ringo. Eagles get a cornerback. Ringo's still, he's got the traits teams are going to love there. I like a lot of the corners in this year's class, by the way. Ringo might not be number one for me, but hey, size, length, upside, ball skills. Checks off a lot of the boxes there. Number 11, Peter Skoronski. I love this fit for Tennessee because there's like one offensive lineman I trust and think is locked into the roster next year. So take the best lineman who might not be able to play left tackle in Skoronski. Short arms is a big concern there. Number 12, I'll take Quentin Johnston. I saw people mad about the way he played against Georgia, and I was like, well, I mean, Georgia was just trying to lock him up in every way that they could. And also, he got open for what was probably going to be a touchdown, and Max Duggan just missed him by, honestly, 15 yards. Like, he threw it to the complete wrong hash. I know it was pressure. Like, I like Johnston. I'm riding with my skinny Des comp. There are some separation concerns. If you like Jordan Addison more, I get that. I think Johnston would be a fun fit for Bryce Young in Houston. Broderick Jones, who played quite well against TCU, by the way. Jets need offensive line help. We've said that for a long time. I have a tough time trusting Mekhi Becton right now. Either way, Jones can help you at left or maybe even right tackle as well. This is far from the only NFL draft coverage we will do for you here at Chat Sports, so please make sure you guys are subscribed. We'll have you covered from now to the end of the draft. All 7 rounds will be live. Hopefully, I won't get as hammered as I was last, and that was on me. YouTube.com/@ChatSports. Free videos right here. Number 14, Jordan Addison. Producer Jack, our Patriots fan, he loves it. Addison is a bit undersized, but he just constantly produces. So I think he should be a first-round pick at receiver. I like him a lot. Brian Branch out of Bama. Here's your Darnell Savage potential replacement. Branch can do a lot of different things for you in the secondary. He's played some nickel corner, played some safety, the modern chess piece on defense. I think he's going to be a good player. Number 16, Anthony Richardson. I don't know what to do here. Again, it comes back to the value versus the eval. The pros and cons are obvious. I mean, he's got a cannon for an arm. He's an elite athlete, but he also just isn't accurate, and I don't think his decision-making is very good. Not that he can't make it, but I think there are a lot of concerns there. But traits-wise, he's better than Will Levis, and he's younger. But he also does not pass my 60% threshold for quarterbacks, which, Allen didn't, and then he ended up being great. So there's always outliers, right? Is Richardson another one? I'm not sure. Here's the tough question for you. If you had to pick one to draft, who would it be? WL for Will Levis, AR for Anthony Richardson. Let me know in the comment section. I couldn't resist. Steelers need a corner. Joey Porter Jr. is there. I actually think Christian Gonzalez, who's pick number 18, by the way, might be a better prospect for NFL teams. Again, I'm going what I think they should do, or not what they think they should do, what they would do. But I can't resist getting Joey Porter Jr. on Pittsburgh. It's just too much of a nice round off there. I also just realized I had 3 straight corners here. That's kind of funny how that turns out. Not intentional. Cam Smith, South Carolina. Hey, all 3 teams need cornerback help, and all 3 guys are very good prospects. I really like this cornerback class, especially in the mid to late round 1. Trenton Simpson out of Clemson to the Seahawks here. I thought he was a lot better last year than he was this year for Clemson, which is a red flag for me, but he can blitz, can cover to an extent. I think he's going to be a nice little late round 1 pick. I love his fit in Seattle, by the way. Devin Witherspoon is going to be a very divisive prospect. He's a little skinny, not the fastest guy, I don't think. Combine will be important there, but his production for Illinois, that's a man after my heart. You're being locked down, making a bunch of plays on the football. I'm going to like you more times than not. I think Jacksonville in the market for cornerback help. The Giants, Jackson Smith-Njigba. out of Ohio State. And the Ravens go Jalen Hyatt. You can flip those if you want. Smith-Njigba is your quicker than he is fast slot receiver, but reliable, good route runner. Jalen Hyatt is not a great route runner, but he is fast, and the Ravens need speed on the outside. I like the fits for both of those teams. Let's keep protecting Justin Herbert. By the way, Osiris Torrance, I actually did his eval while I was flying up to Cincinnati over the holidays to visit my family. He's really good. Now, his schemes protected him, did not allow a sack in college, and he's an elite run blocker. I am all the way in on Osiris Torrance, top 32 pick. I think he's going to be a great football player, especially if you continue to run the football with him. Number 25, let's do 25-26 back-to-back here. Bijan Robinson to Dallas, Michael Mayer to Cincinnati. I love both these guys, but I also don't know where they go because of positional value. Bijan Robinson is a dynamic running back. He's like what Zeke was in his first year, can do everything for you. So he grows a pass protector. He's awesome. Love the vision, love the burst, checks off all the boxes for me, but where do you draft a running back in round one? That position is not as valuable as much as it once was. Michael Mayer's just reliable as hell, and he'd be a great fit in Cincinnati. I think his brother-in-law or his cousin, something along the lines, is a Reds player, by the way. I forget what the exact stat was. Not a premier athlete. So where does he go? This is an example of rich get richer. I think those guys go around the playoff team range, and you're getting great value at a less valuable position. Neither of those guys are round one sleepers. Let me be clear on that. I want you guys to fill that role for me. Head to the comment section and drop the name of a potential round one sleeper for me in the comments. Clark Phillips out of Utah. I know he's undersized, but I think he's a really good football player. Might be a nickel. Minnesota needs the help. Lucas Van Ness has been getting some more and more buzz, can do some inside-outside stuff for you. I think he's a better prospect than A.J. Epinesa was. I would not be shocked if he goes way earlier than this. Tremaine Edmonds might not be back in Buffalo. They got some free agency stuff to do with there. Drew Sanders out of Arkansas, good linebacker, can blitz some for you as well. A bit lankier than most linebackers are. I think he's a fun fit for that Bills defense. The Chiefs get Nolan Smith, who somehow bought the propaganda from Kirby Smart. They were going to go 7-5. Hey, great job, Kirby. Credit to you. Smith got banged up this year. Going to hurt his value, I think. A lot of upside, though, as an edge rusher. And I want to keep the Ojalaris in the NFC East together. BJ, brother of Aziz. Eagles could use some more pass rush help with some free agency coming up there. Why not take a promising edge at the back end of round one? Unlike most mock drafts, I do second-round picks and third-round picks without a first-rounder. I will mention the name Zach Harrison again for you guys. Production's not great. The combine testing, I think, is going to get everybody talking about Zach Harrison. Josh Downs, North Carolina. I kind of think Michael Thomas is done. I think Downs and Olave is a fun 1-2 punch in New Orleans long-term. No one's really talked about Byron Young, by the way, which find interesting. I'm a little surprised no one's talked about him quite that much. I think he had a great year in the SEC. DeJuan Jones out of Ohio State, right tackle. Hey, they got some issues there for Miami. I like the fit of Jones for the Dolphins. I think he can even go earlier than that. Olu Oluwatimi, the Michigan center, formerly of Virginia. I do think maybe top 100 is kind of his ceiling. I think there are some more concerns than you'd expect for the Remington Award winner, but Niners keep investing in that offensive line and keep it going strong. I want you guys to grade this mock draft for me, A, B, C, D, or F. Feel free to be mean if you need to in the comment section. But before we go, other draft prospects to monitor. Jahmyr Gibbs, I like him, but it's running back value. Kayshon Boutte, amid the, I'm just going to leave it at the really weird rumors around him. Not sure if they're true at all, but they're out there. So he's going back, then turned pro. So he's back in the mix. Darnell Wright, a right tackle option. Siaka Ika, run stopper from Baylor. And I like Antonio Johnson a lot, but I think Brian Branch has jumped him so far. If you made it to the end of today's video, then you are a real one. Head down to the comment section, type in me, and get your Real One t-shirt today as well. Chatsports.com/Real One. We appreciate everyone who supports us here at Chat Sports.